The month of Muharram begins. Imam Hussein reaches the land of Karbala, aware that destiny is unfolding. On the 1st of Muharram, Imam Hussein remains steadfast, refusing allegiance to injustice. His family settles into the camp, unaware of the hardships that will soon surround them. Enemy forces begin to gather, tightening the circle around the camp of Hussein. Far from Karbala, Yazid consolidates power. On the 2nd of Muharram, Imam Hussein arrived at the land of Karbala and ordered his caravan to stop. Imam Hussein recognized Karbala as the destined land and turned to prayer and remembrance of God. His family rested after the journey, aware of danger, but surrounded by faith, patience, and dignity. Umar ibn Sa'd arrived with soldiers from Kufa, marking the beginning of the siege. Far away in Damascus, Yazid ruled through commands, unaware or indifferent to the suffering about to unfold. On the 3rd of Muharram, Imam al-Hussein remained camped at Karbala, aware that destiny was unfolding on this land. Imam al-Hussein spent his time in prayer and reflection, seeking only God's justice, not power. On the 3rd of Muharram, enemy forces began gathering, surrounding the camp and increasing pressure. Imam al-Hussein's family settled into the camp, facing uncertainty with patience and faith. While Karbala faced tension, Yazid ruled from afar, issuing orders that sealed the tragedy's path. By the 4th of Muharram, the camp of Imam al-Hussein was increasingly surrounded as enemy forces gathered. Imam al-Hussein spoke with his companions, making clear the path ahead required truth, not compromise. Within the tents, his family sensed the danger growing, yet remained steadfast and patient. Far from Karbala, Yazid remained in power, while decisions already made pushed events toward tragedy. Sixth of Muharram, Imam Hussein stood firm in faith, preparing spiritually as danger closed in. The enemy forces multiplied, surrounding a small camp with overwhelming numbers. Imam Hussein's family faced fear and uncertainty, yet remained steadfast and trusting in God. Far away in Damascus, Yazid ruled through commands, while Karbala moved toward tragedy. Imam al-Hussein remained firmly in his camp at Karbala, refusing allegiance to injustice. The Umayyad army around Karbala grew in number, strengthening the siege. Imam al-Hussein addressed his companions, making the seriousness of the situation clear. The camp became fully surrounded, cutting off free movement. No fighting occurred, but military pressure intensified. Women and children sensed rising danger and fear. Though water was still accessible, Imam al-Hussein continued to protect, reassure, and spiritually prepare his family. Yazid ibn Muawiyah remained in Damascus, receiving reports and allowing the siege to continue. On the 7th of Muharram, the tragedy of Karbala took a decisive and cruel turn, when the forces loyal to Yazid ibn Muawiyah enforced orders to block all access to the Euphrates, cutting off water to the camp of Imam al-Hussein and his small group of companions and family. Imam al-Hussein remained firm and dignified, refusing to submit to injustice despite the deliberate suffering imposed upon him. Within the tents, his family, especially the women and children, began to endure intense thirst under the scorching desert heat, their hardship growing by the hour. Imam al-Hussein moved among them with patience and compassion, comforting the children and strengthening his families, resolve through faith and prayer. While far away in Damascus, Yazid remained in power. Silent as cruelty was carried out in his name. On the 8th of Muharram, the silence of Karbala was broken only by the cries of thirsty children as the camp of Imam al-Hussein endured another day without water. Armed guards stood between the tents and the Euphrates, enforcing a merciless blockade under the burning desert sun. Inside the camp, women struggled to soothe the children, while empty water skins lay scattered on the sand. Imam al-Hussein moved from tent to tent, comforting his family, lifting their spirits with words of faith, and reminding them that their suffering carried meaning beyond this moment, even as his own strength was tested by thirst. Far away in Damascus, Yazid ibn Muawiyah remained in power, distant and unmoved, as Karbala edged closer to its tragic destiny. On the 9th of Muharram, the plain of Karbala stood on the edge of tragedy as the enemy army closed in, preparing for battle against the small camp of Imam al-Hussein, surrounded and exhausted by days of thirst. Imam al-Hussein faced the final escalation with calm resolve, requesting one last night so he and his companions could pray and seek closeness to God. As night fell, the sound of marching faded into an uneasy silence, and within the tents, his family, aware that dawn would bring devastation, spent the hours in tears, supplication, and quiet farewells. Imam al-Hussein moved among them, offering reassurance and strength, while far away in Damascus, Yazid ibn Muawiyah remained in power, detached as the final night passed, and Karbala prepared to face its darkest morning. On the 10th of Muharram, the day of Ashura, the tragedy of Karbala unfolded in full before the world. As dawn broke, Imam al-Hussein led the Fajr prayer and made a final appeal to the enemy, reminding them of justice, kinship, and conscience, an appeal that was met with silence and drawn swords. One by one, his companions and family members went to the battlefield, defending him with unwavering loyalty despite unbearable thirst, until each was martyred. Imam al-Hussein returned repeatedly to the tents, comforting the women and children, bidding farewell, and entrusting them with patience and faith. In the final moments, he stood alone against the army, choosing sacrifice over submission, and was martyred upon the sands of Karbala, sealing his stand for truth with his life. After his martyrdom, the tents were looted and set ablaze, and his family grieving, exhausted, and thirsty were taken captive, destined to carry the message of Karbala forward. Far away in Damascus, Yazid ibn Muawiyah remained in power, but Ashura exposed the reality of tyranny and transformed Imam al-Hussein's sacrifice into an eternal symbol of resistance, faith, and moral courage.